Well, hello everyone and welcome to Diamond Art with Del. Today I am doing a kitting up video and a little bit of start on this diamond painting. It is the one I recently unboxed on the channel in the Your Best Deals unboxing. This is the turtle and it is a square drill. It's a 30 by 40. This is the canvas, not the image, would be 30 by 40. And this one came with some really interesting drills. I was actually kind of a bit taken back at the time when I did the actual unboxing. And a little bit surprised that these drills actually show the Diamond Dotz logo. So I think for some reason they have sourced Diamond Dotz quality drills for this, this diamond painting, which is absolutely fantastic because I've gotten quite a bit of Diamond Dotz in the past and some of their square drill kits and find them really good. So that itself is pretty amazing for me. I'm going to find, I think, doing a square kit with some really good drills is going to be really good. So I wanted to test it out and see how it all comes together. I have 22 colours. Let's get in real close and have a look at that. This is your chart. Some interesting symbols and so forth, but for a lot of it is capital letters and some numbers. Really nicely, clear printed, I should say. And I've got your DMC coding as well, just down the edges. Up the top, there is a thumbnail to show your image, but it's pretty clear how it's been printed. Again, there is your size, 30 by 40. And this is some of the actual symbols and things you'll be working with on this kit. And for most part, they're very clear, especially the ones printed in black. Some of the white are a little halo-y, I suppose, a bit ghosty, but you can read them pretty well. I'm just going to scoot over this side a little bit. So yeah, I think there shouldn't be too much problem. This is, you know, no light pad or anything like that under it at the moment. This is just basically room light, nothing really much else going on in here other than my little lamp. And I think I've got one overhead light in this room. So not a lot of extra lights or anything on. And it's coming up rather nicely, I think. So that looks pretty good. I have another chart down here on my bottom right of the canvas. And again, just showing all the same information we had before, printed really nice. Just peeling back the protective cover. And I've got a nice, reasonable sort of coverage of glue. You sort of maybe get a shine of that. So that's pretty reasonable as well. And yeah, it's one of the standard sort of canvases, nothing spectacular about that, but yeah, it seems to be settling down pretty well. I've just had it sitting in a drawer and yeah, it seems to be flattening out all right. I was considering maybe getting my little craft design and give it a little bit of a boost and putting some baker's paper or, you know, that kind of thing over it and maybe do it that way and section it out, which I might do before I get started. Just to see how I go. But I will be adding, firstly, all these drills into a container, which I'd like to kit up in. And that would be one of these. 28 grid type containers I find are very handy for putting my drills in. It gives me up to 28. I only need 22 for this one. And they hold quite a... Let's start that again. Sorry. And these containers hold quite a bit, so that's pretty good as far as the amount of drills the container can hold. Now I've got lots of greens and blues, as you can imagine, for this image. A little bit of browns and so forth, even a little bit of purple by the looks of it. So that's my next part of this video, is I'm going to pop all these in and have a bit of a look as I go at the quality of the drills and get it all ready to start. So then I can down the track, I'm not sure how long it'll take me to do this because I've got a few other projects going, but once it's all done, yeah, I can show you a bit of a review of it. I'll put it on my Instagram or something like that. Give you some finished photos so you can see what it looks like. But I've got a feeling it's going to come up rather nice. Yeah, and it's a really nice image too. Very tranquil. Alright, I'm going to start putting these guys into the container and have a look and see what the quality of the drills are like. Hopefully, fingers crossed, they're as good as I'm hoping for, expecting, being a Diamond Dotz brand. We'll see how we go. Alright, I'll go set this one up. Alright, let's get started on kitting this one up. Got my drills, and got my container. Got some scissors. So, yep, I'll pop that one aside. And, yeah, I'm going to get this one ready to go. I'm just going to use a basic number system like I always do, going right through from 1 to 22 for all the colours. It's nice and easy. And I think it saves me a bit of time checking the symbols all the time. Yeah, I just run through the side. So I just follow this guide, just the number down this side rather than the symbols, because I've already matched that up into my container. And I quite like these 28 grid ones. They hold quite a lot, so yeah, pretty neato. And they've got a fairly good lid as well, so I don't have to worry about them spilling. So that's numbers 21 and 22. I'll pop them to the side. And we'll start with number 1. Train of drills I have. Yep, going in the right direction now. And number 1's going to be this beautiful purple. Lovely. Let's check it out. And you can see this is Diamond Dotz packaging. I'm just amazed by that still. Absolutely. Alright, let's have a look at these drills, shall we? Another chance to have a bit closer look at what these will look like when you're working with them. I'm just going to get a tray out of the drawer. I'm just going to pop these ones. There's only a little bit of purple, I think, in here, just on the little, I can't say flower, but it's going to be more a piece of coral. I'm just going to pop them in the tray there so you can have a look at the lovely sparkle and look at the shape and edging of these drills and have a look how nice and tidy they might be. Oops, a bit of focus is good. There we go. A little bit better anyway. But yeah, just on a quick look in the tray, they've got a lovely sparkle and they do look very nice and tidy. So yeah, you get some really nice drills with this. Number 1 is purple. I probably won't do that with all the colours, but just to show you the quality of the drills that I've got in these packaging. It's pretty cool. Alright, let's get cracking on the rest of them. Closing the lid. 2 is a little brown colour. And I'm just following that number there off the packet. Just this one. And she goes. Got a little purple bead in there, but that's alright. From a previous kit by the looks of it, for this one. Number 3. Number 3 is DMC 310, so I've got black. It's a reasonable amount of black for a 30 by 40 too. And they go. Do they fit? Nope. Okay. So a couple of these colours are going to be quite a lot, and I'm going to need to put some in a zip bag by the looks of it. That's not going to fit in there. Close that. Get rid of those black ones out of there. So that is number 3. I'll have to get a couple of zip bags to put them in to keep them all together. Number 4 is DMC 371, which is, what was that here? Sort of a slightly green colour. Green tinge to this brown. Yeah, have a look at that. Yeah, again, I've got some really nice sparkle to these drills. There we go. Very nice. They look nice and clean and tidy, so that's really good. I'm really happy with that. So I don't think I'll have any troubles placing these drills onto the canvas in regards to squares having, you know, odd edges or something like that. I wonder if they can all fit here. I'm doing a good job of spilling them anyway. Most went into the container. I'll just pick all those up real quick. That'll do. I'm sure I'll have plenty. There we go. So that is the first 4 of the colours. We've had a look at those drills. I'm just going to quickly put all the rest back into the container. You can see I've got a lot of blues and so forth coming up. So I've got a lot of different coloured blues, a few neutrals as well, and a bit of green. So I'm going to quickly put these all in the container now that we've had a bit of a close look at the drill quality. So I think we're going to be all right. I'm going to get some zip bags because some of these are going to have just too many for those my 28 grid to hold, and I'll be right back. All right, let's make a start on this one. Beautiful turtle design, 30 by 40, as I said. Just seen the kitting it up, all that kind of stuff. So let's get started. I'm going to leave the clear film on for now. I might change that. But yeah, I'll see how I go. I don't mind just using these top covers. You can just section it off with some washi tape or something. As seen, all kitted up, ready to go. These are square drills, as you've seen. Everything's been seen. Now, as I said, I was quite curious on how well this will come up because it's got the Diamond Dotz brand drills in it, which was a super surprise. Now, let's have a look. We've got 22 colours. We've got our chart. I'm going to start here in this bottom left, in this part here. I'm just going to use one of my, personally, my favourite sort of trays is this sort. You get in some of the Hurricane kits and things like that. I find them a good size I find these a good size. They don't have a pouring spout, but that doesn't really bother me too much. So anyway, yeah, I manage all right. They're nice and deep. You can really be aggressive with your shake and you don't have to worry. I got this beautiful sparkly pen. I find this one of my favourite ones at the moment. I've got a metallic end on the single placer. But I've just got an old plastic foil placer, which is starting to get a bit chewed up and that, so I probably will go back to the metal one once I finish here. The wax is on the average side. I probably should add a bit of that, which I might do shortly, but I'll just get started and see how these apply. Look at that. That's got some really nice glue. Really good. Okay, I'm looking at this little, I suppose it's like a little undersea coral or something. There's a bit of purples and blacks and different colours. So I'm going to have a bit of a play there. Now in this top bottom left corner, I've got some 9s. Then I've got some pi symbols, I think they are. Something like that. And some 3s, which are black. So I'm going to bring you into here and I'm going to do some of these colours for you. All right, so let's go have a look. We're in a bit closer now. Now, as you can see, I've got some -7s and 4s and some 9s, some pies, 3s, all sorts of interesting stuff going on in this little corner. So I have a little short play just to give you an idea of how it's going to come together. And then hopefully I can get cracking through it real quick. Even though I've got other projects going, I'm really keen to finish. I want to get a start on this and bring it back. It's been way too long. I've been very much entranced with what I'm working on, the Woman in Gold at the moment. So it's been just every minute I want to work on that. It's wonderful diamond painting. Now, what will we do? Just start in this corner. I might just start with those 9s and those pies and work those out. Okay, 9. So if I have a look at my chart, I can see 9 is my 11 that I've used. Kitted up is this colour. And it's very out of focus. There we go. So, yeah, symbol 9. In my case, I'm using 11, so it's a bit confusing. But it is my DMC for that one is 825. So there we go. That's that blue there. So that's the first one I'm going to have a go at. Just going to move my container out of the way. Give it a bit of a shake. Now I get the focus on them. See, I've got a couple of dimples on the back of those. I don't think I mixed my colours up, but they do look a little off, doesn't it? Different shades. I'm really surprised what I'd do. That's the one next to it. That looks a bit lighter, like those ones there. So maybe I accidentally picked up a few into the container next door. I don't know. Oh well, doesn't matter. Blue's blue. we'll go with that. Now, I'm just going to pick some of these up. Hopefully I can do that. Let's go back out just a fraction. Yeah, I definitely got 2 blues in there. So I'm going to aim for those darker ones. Get rid of those light ones. I'll have to go back and have a look what I've done. Wow, that feels pretty good. I like the play I've got in the glue to actually put them on. They very easily go on to the painting. And they feel like they sit nice together. This will be interesting. I bet you I've got heaps of 9s too, so I'll have to probably have a look at this and clean it up. Yeah, there's definitely 2 shades in here. Well, for this section, I'll just worry about doing a little bit, and then I'll clean that up, I think. I've obviously poured them in to each other. Gosh knows, you probably pick that up in the kitting up area when you have a look at it. I don't know. Unless I've just fast forwarded over it, which could also have happened, and that's why I didn't pick it up. Okay, so I'm just going to try and move that. Oh, gosh, that glue is good. Just down there a bit. There we go. That's a bit better. Yeah, that's probably a bit better spot. I'm going to just keep into here somewhere. Now look, I've got a lot of 7s, and they are a slightly, what would you call it? The negative prints are slightly harder to see, I suppose. But I'm not using a light pad or anything, so, and I'm doing all right. I'm going to fix up that blue. I reckon it's got a mix going on somewhere. Oopsie. Anyway, number 7 is my 5. Okay. So number 7, symbol 7 is DMC 414, and that's this one here, this grey colour. Very boring colours, I suppose, at the minute, but you know, we've got to start somewhere. Let's have a look at those. You have to excuse the neighbours. They have a habit of wanting to use power tools, etc. every time I record, so there's a helicopter going over as well. Why not? All the joys. So that's number 7, or symbol 7. We're just going to embrace the background, I think. Should I go? I've got a nice 4, so here we go, right here. Look at that, beauty. Is it focusing? There we go, and there you can see. It's not like me putting things close to the camera than away from the camera, is it? There we go. That's nice, sort of a lilac-y grey. Very nice. Very easy to pick up, I must say, these frills. I'm loving that. And the background colour to the symbol matches up really well, doesn't it? It really does indicate what colour you're using. Very nice. And as I said, I'm not using a light pad or anything, but I'm not having too much trouble being able to, you know, see them in that kind of respect. So yeah, let's just continue with those. We'll have a look what they look like in a moment. I'll just finish that off. Alright, just changing the angle a little bit there just to see if that works a bit better. And you can sort of see these drills going on. Everything's sort of quietening down now, so I'll get these ones on. Now, I just had a quick look at these blue ones and the footage. So I haven't actually mixed them up, which I was surprised about a bit. I thought that's what I must have done, but it's actually just how the packet is. So I've had a little look at it, and it does have a bit of a little bit of a two-tone to what's already still in the packet. So yeah, I don't know. I thought that's what I'd done at first with those blue drills, but yeah, they're actually a little bit of a slight change in the packet. Can't see it there, but when you put it in the tray, it stands out. So yeah, that's interesting. I'll have another look at those later. But yeah, I suppose there's not a big difference in the shades, but there is, I thought, a slightly darker one and a lighter one in the blue. So that's interesting. I don't know if it'll make much difference to the overall image once it's all done, but yeah. I'm going to find a good spot to put my tray. That might work better. There we go. So I quite like using a multi-placer, although I'm sort of getting my hand in the road a lot here, to work with. Everyone likes to do things differently, of course, but I quite like using a multi-placer tool. I think it makes it a little bit faster. I don't know. I think I like the idea of just finding sets of 3s and 4s and stuff like that. Oops, that was one over, too far. Don't know what I'm doing there. I was feeling very drunk. Look at that. It's a very drunk drill. Very drunk drill. Ah, get on there. There we go. See how this one comes out. So now I'm getting a few drills into one little area and get more of an idea how they're going to sit together. If I'm going to get any, you know, problems with space, etc. Any popping beads or something like that. We'll see how we go once I get a little bit of section. And they're all sitting up nice and close. We'll find out. Pop, pop, pop. I do like the little popping sound that they make when you hit the glue. I didn't do it that time. And it just releases. Like that. Doesn't always happen, but I quite like it. Just jumping around a bit there. Put these couple little 3s of sets over here. All right, Let's go for a colour change up. You don't worry too much if you're using square drills and they're not on perfectly straight. They seem to, you know, snug up next to each other and sort themselves out. Now, what was I working on? 7s and 5s. So this is where it gets a little bit tricky when I'm using my number system like this that I like to use, because I've got, say, 5, but I've got a symbol 7. So, you know, because they aren't in line with the numbers down the side of the table for the symbol they give you for some reason. They'd like to give you a symbol 7, but it's really the 5th drill down the list. I don't know why that happens, but yeah. It'd be nice if we could have symbols that match those side numbers, just so you're not, when you're looking at the chart, you're not getting all, oh, which number am I on? So it's a 7, so you think I'll pick up 7s or that kind of thing. But anyway, what are we going to do next? Let's do this green, this colour. Now it's a little set of lines, like an equal sign on its side or a bit on an angle. That is, for me, 18, and it's DMC 987. So it's this one. Let's have a look at those drills. Nice and sparkling. Nice and clean looking. Nice little colour. So we're going to use that here around these symbols. So we're going to do a bit of that. Mind shot with that one? No, not really. Need to come in here. Okay. They're not really on the, they're right on the edge of where I'm recording those ones, so I just pop down. I like the effect you get from square drills. It's quite, I think it's a little bit different. It's sort of nearly a gloss shine rather than a sparkle. A little bit different. Oopsie, don't stick to the glue. Might be hard to do, I think, today. That glue's very sticky. Just gotta be a bit careful where I'm putting myself. You can see they're starting to bunch up nicely. That was a bit off there. I don't know why I like to fidget with them, but I do. And you can, because it's got a little bit of push and play with the glue on this one. So this particular diamond painting I got from Your Best Deals, and I will link it for you in the description box. And add that hopefully there, all the information I can, including my link tree where you can support the channel with different affiliate links and buy me coffee link, that kind of thing, if you're interested in doing that. Always appreciated. How's that? Am I still going all right? Yep, still there. I'm still in the picture. Hooray. Yep, well, we'll just pop them in one by one. Okay. So that's looking pretty nice at the moment. Pretty good, pretty good. Happy days. So we're going to do a little bit more, and then I think that gives you a really good idea on how this one's going to, what it's going to be like to work on. I'm getting a good feel for it. And yeah, I think it's just a matter of time to, as you do, just work at it, and I will get this one finished shortly. I'll be able to show you what it looks like all done. Now I've just got to make sure I put a bit of time onto this one and pull myself away from the woman in gold I'm working on. I'm so close to finished. I got just a section at the top, and I just really want to get that one done. It's looking awesome. This is E. Let's try that. What have we got for E? That's 20. Oh, good. That's the container I already got. So that would be this one. Symbol E is 3862. It's a little tan colour. And again, I've got a nice shimmer to these drills, and they look all nice and tidy in there. See if we can get to see them good. That's all right. Let's have a go at that. Wow, that's interesting. Let's go and put these on, shall we? We'll pop some of these on. These browns. Look at that. Quite vibrant against the other colours, isn't it? Sort of a tan, not quite brick. Hasn't quite got that red vibe going on. So how's everyone else's projects going? Have you got a big project running at the moment? Or some just working on a small one? In between projects? Or maybe you've got a couple on the go? Or maybe you're trying something new in the craft world? It's always fun to try a new craft. I mean, I'm going to always probably do some sort of diamond painting for a very long time, but I always like to dabble in different crafts and see what they like and what I like and what I don't like, I suppose, about it. What I can make, something different. Can I incorporate with what I'm already doing? That kind of thing. It's always a fun part trying to, when you're starting something like that, is finding a space to store all your bits and pieces for it. I think that's probably the challenge I have. Especially I've recently gotten into resin work, and of course, well, that requires, you know, to have different molds and big bottles of resin and things like that. And then if you want to add things like colour, well, then you start to get micro powders, or you might get stickers and things, that kind of stuff. So you're trying to put that all somewhere in amongst the craft room. So it's always a bit of a challenge to fit all your different hobbies into one little space. Pop all them in there. That's that. But it's a lot of fun. You should try some resining, it's not bad. I'm getting a few projects that trying to anyway share a few of those the best I can. Now what else is there on here we could have a look at? Now I've got some 8s. Need to go through here. Just want to fill up a little section and just see what it looks like. So for whatever reason, symbol 8, we have got, and that of course, oh look at that, it's the same container actually. Symbol 8 is my 19, and that is 3799 in the DMC world. It's a little bit of a grey colour, darker grey. Oops, let's get that focus going. There we are, a few dimply bits on there. It's not very bright, but it does fill in those shadows and spaces quite nicely. It's actually quite pleasant to work on this actually. I'm picking up drills nice and easily, that kind of thing. You know, it feels nice to place them, so I like that. I think that's a big part of diamond painting. You gotta feel like it's, I don't know, it feels right. That makes sense? It's just gotta have a nice pleasant motion to the placing of drills. Or picking them up would be good on the pen. But yeah, just that constant little relaxing movement and application where they're all sitting nicely together. You're not getting frustrated with it clicking out or that kind of thing. You can just see your image build together. And hopefully you don't have any problems arise through as you go. I had one I was working on. I've done quite a lot of work, a fair bit of work on it, and yeah, I just, what was the first, one of the colours ran out or whatever. No, sorry, one of the symbols was, my first problem with it was symbol issues. Where I had the same, I'm going off page again. I do that, I'm a bit of a cross-country type person, off I go. Yeah, so I had symbols, the same symbol, but it was across this part of the section of it, and then another one over here somewhere, and it was actually different colours of the background had the same symbol. And I thought, well, okay, I guess it's just background, so it doesn't matter, you know, it's like I just do it a mixed foresty greens or whatever and do it that way. Okay, I'll get around that. Because there was no way I was going to be able to even just pick one of the colours, the colour symbol, I should say, that was chosen and fill that up. There was never going to be enough drills for that. So I thought, well, I can just, you know, use some spares or whatever. I've got heaps of those. For whatever reason, I keep keeping them. Don't know if I'll keep doing that for much longer either. Yeah, don't get off topic, Dal. Don't get off topic. Yeah, so anyway, I thought I can get around that. That's not too much of drama. But then I was working on it, and one of the colours actually is part of the flowers, but it's also part of the animal, the wings of this bird things. So anyway, that same colour, by the time I got around to, I don't know, about 3/4 of the painting on that colour, I've actually ran out completely of that colour drill, and I went, oh well, that's not ideal. So yeah, it just become a more complex than it needed to be, really. That was pretty much the problem I had. Like, okay, well, I can pick off the ones I did on the flowers and put them on the wings, and you can work around the problems. But sometimes you just don't want to do that. You just want to just go along happily, filling out and following the symbols, just nice and simple. So yeah, I sort of put that aside for now. I've got an idea how I'm going to fix it all up with materials I've got and replace some of the pinks for the flowers when I've just put some rhinestones on. So I'll do it that way eventually. But right now I'm sort of hyper-focused on that woman in gold. Now, oh, I didn't do those ones down there. See, that's what I do. I just put things away. Let's have a look at some of this other colour. I want to have a look at this R and see what that looks like, because that looks really pretty. R was number 1, or DMC 208. And look at this. This is really going to be pretty. This is what I want to do, a pretty colour. Look at that. Ooh, yes. Very nice. Haven't seen a lot of colours lately because, well, I say I'm working really hyper-focusing on that woman in gold at the moment. And it's very much, as you can imagine, golden tones like tans and browns and things like that. A lot. My gosh, it's got a lot of drills. I can't, off the top of my head, I can't think how many, but geez, that's got a lot of drills. I had it in a big case and I thought it was really full. But now I'm down to the last few bags and I'm just like amazed that I've actually gotten through so many. Oh, look at that. That looks really cool. Oh, look really unfocused too. When you put the drills up close and then pull it away again, it gets itself a little bit lost. That's all right. About there. That's better. So it is nice to have something with some colour like this to sort of break that up. But to be honest, I haven't felt too what is it? Still feel very focused on it, like, if you know what I mean. I haven't lost any interest just because of the colour palette to the drills on that one for some reason. I thought it would because it's huge. And as I said, it's just mainly a lot of different tan colours basically, a lot of background. But it's got absolutely so many beautiful gold rhinestones and an Aurora Borealis one as well that you put through it. They're a little bit harder to pick up, but they look awesome. So, you know, that's the payoff, isn't it? And I've been trying to do like little short videos on different drills that I've had in it, because there's some pretty ones. Really is some pretty big drills and things like that. I think that's what's helping keeping the interest in that one, even if the colour palette's not huge. It hasn't got a really strong colour palette, but because it's got these really special, like pretty special drills in it and things like that, I think that's yeah, it keeps you going. That makes sense. You have the beautiful golds, and then you have your Aurora Borealis you can use, and they're so pretty. They're so pretty. Pop. Oh, I was hoping that one was going to pop too. Pop, pop, pop. That's a pretty colour. Oh yes, I like that. I hope I'm not putting everyone off going sideways, but it just seems to be a little bit better spot to put the camera so I can work back and forth. But as I say, this is just so you can get a bit of a general idea of how this one's going to work up, and I'll show you shortly what it will be like once it's all done, and a little bit of a kit up and play along with the final result so that you can see. It's like fast forwarding time. Oops, I missed that one. But yes, this is actually quite enjoyable to work on. I like this. This is a nice kit. So hopefully they've still got them when you see this, because yeah, it'd be really worth grabbing. So I wanted to get started on this a bit earlier, but unfortunately I've got how do I put it? I suppose you can say just a lot going on my plate with family. Let's put it that way. There's a lot going on. And that's also taking up a fair whack of my time. But I need to be there for that, so it is what it is, you know. Some people just sometimes people need to be supported, and especially when it's illness and things like that. So yeah, I think everything will be okay, but it just means just a little bit more time. Everything's fine. There we go. Like a little bit there I can put on that one, can't I? I can just see that on the side. I love that purple colour. That's so pretty. There we go. Love that. There's one more little purple one you can see in your shot. There you go. Just in case those OCD people are watching here, there's one more purple one. Just do the last little purple one, please. Wow, that is going to come up really nice. That gives you, oops, sorry, I'm banging around. Yeah, so that's coming up really nice. It feels like they're going to sit together well. So yeah, I'm going to show you next some process photos, I think, of this one coming together. I'll show you where I'm here, and I'll go throughout the diamond painting. You know, I might even make a few little shorts or something like that as it processes along, just some little ASMR quiet ones. I like the little popping sounds, so stick around for those, and I'll show you that. Now, I think all the drills are going to be really good, honestly. I do think so. I was just going to use the clear cover for now. Yeah, that'll be fine. Alright guys, so yeah, I will show you some images of this one coming together at the end. Stick around, won't take long.